Hey Center, this is Coach Mark, and I will be your mental performance coach for this month's Mindset May Challenge. This month, each week, we will post a video to SugarWad giving you a mindset strategy for you to implement into your life each week. The goal by the end of the month is for you to be able to have an entire day's performance journal that you can use in the gym as well as outside the gym in your daily lives. So what do you need to do to be successful in this challenge? You need to show up each week with an open mind, have a notebook, a notes app in your phone, or just use your mind to check in on these strategies every week. If you commit to this challenge and you're consistent, you will see an increase in self-awareness, confidence, and gratitude by the end of the month, along with many more things within your mental game. So why are we so focused on mindset? For the answer to that question, I want to talk about what is CrossFit. CrossFit is constantly varied, functional movements performed at high intensity. High intensity is relative to your physical and your psychological capacity. But what does that mean? Really, all that means is you have to work within your limits physically and you have to work within your limits mentally. We're very good at understanding how to work within our limits physically. We understand when we haven't developed the strength that we need to RX a movement. We understand physically when we haven't developed the technique to hit an RX movement. And we understand when we have an injury, we have to dial back a little bit and work within those limits. But when it comes to the mental side of things, there's a little bit of a gray area there. So my goal this month with the Performance Journal is to give you the skills and the strategies that will help you to fill in that gray area and to understand that side a little bit more. As Coach Glassman once said, the greatest adaptation that you'll ever see from CrossFit is between your ears. The theme of week 1 is hunt the good stuff. We want to intentionally seek out and focus on the things that are good in our lives. So your first task for week number 1 is to list 1 to 3 gratitudes you've had in the last 24 hours. So either write those down, put them in your notes app, or mentally check in with yourself and list them off. The attitude you take is a decision you make, and it might be the biggest decision that you make every single day. And we want to intentionally choose to have an attitude of gratitude because gratitude works, and gratitude is a game changer. Listen to these stats from Robert Emmons' book, Gratitude Works, on gratitude. He says, grateful people are by almost every measure healthier and happier than ungrateful people. Grateful people have an increased energy, alertness, and enthusiasm. They have greater personal goal achievement. They're better at dealing with stress. They're more confident. They have more self-worth, and they're more resilient. So gratitude, quite literally, is a performance enhancer that we want in our lives. Task number 2 is to list 1 to 3 wins in our lives within the last 24 hours. So just like the gratitudes, we want to write those down in our notes, put them in our notes app, or check in mentally with ourselves and list those things out. The idea behind this is pretty simple. Our society and ourselves, we are so good at focusing on the negative. We can point out all our mistakes, all our shortcomings, all of our weaknesses. That's not productive for us. We want to focus on the wins in our lives. Big or small, we want to notice them all. So look for those things in your life that you see as wins. Maybe it's a steak dinner with your family. Maybe it's that you made it to the gym this week. Or maybe you hit a PR and you're ready to celebrate that. We need to celebrate wins more because that builds confidence and that builds self-worth. And we need to cultivate that in our lives. So the last thing, post on social media, tag myself, tag Centered, #MindsetMay. I hope you enjoyed this message, and I'll see you this week.